Hey, so if you're in Germany and you want to get your COVID booster shot, it's kind of a mess again. Who could have known? Because every city or every district in Germany has its own management system. So where I live, we have this website that manages free vaccination centers, of which only two are active at the moment. So as you can imagine, the demand is quite high. So it's quite hard or quite challenging to get an appointment. So I thought, how can I make my life a bit easier? So I took a look at the website, how it works, and took a look at the network requests. So first you choose your vaccination center, click next, and then you can choose a date. So as you can see, none are available. So you go back, choose another center, and none are available again. So of course, I don't want to click here all day. So as I said, I took a look at the network requests and emulated them in a Python script. And you can see this script right here. It's using the requests library, and first making an initial request to the website, getting the CSRF token from the cookie, and then doing another request for each vaccination center, and passing the HTML output and searching if there are any dates available. So, but of course, I want to visualize this and also get a notification, because if a date is available, usually it's taken within minutes. So, of course, I'm using Datacake for this. So I created a new API device, and in the configuration, first I created 3 fields, one for each vaccination center, named them after the cities they're in. And then our API devices make it pretty easy to accept HTTP data. And you could either use the Datacake API with the full-blown authentication, then you would have to create an API user that has a record measurements permission on this device, or you can use the HTTP payload decoder and basically write your own API endpoint. And this is what I did here. So when a request comes in, this is your unique URL that you can post your data to. And when a request comes in, I'm taking the form data for the 3 cities, for the 3 vaccination centers, and writing them to the corresponding fields. And here on the sidebar, you can see a sample request. So if you would do a request to your decoder like this, then this would be the request object. So I'm taking request.post.courseFeld and the first item in the array, because this is how HTTP works apparently. You can post arrays, but in this case I'm only having one element, so I'm always taking the first one and returning the hard-coded device's ID or serial number here, and yeah, using the value from the HTTP post. Then again, in my script, first I'm fetching the data for all 3 cities, and then I'm doing the post to the URL that was shown in the configuration, and yeah, basically supplying the data here, which is then transmitted not as JSON but as a form request. So yeah, pretty simple script. And if I run this, it's taking a bit because the vaccination site is a bit slow. But then if we scroll down, we can see, hey, a few seconds ago, it's 001. And I also made a dashboard here that shows me this. So this is how we can visualize this. And if we want to get a notification, we can make use of the Datacake rules. So we choose a field, for example, CourseFeld here. And if the value is larger than 0, then we want to, for example, send a text message to a phone number. And yeah, then you still have to regularly call your script on your server on your computer. I did this via a cron job. And if you're wondering why I have no rules set up anymore, this is because after like 15 minutes or so, I got a notification that a date was available, and I booked it, and now I'm all done. Yeah, so this was pretty straightforward, and even though it's so easy, it's probably still took me more than 15 minutes to set up the Python script and analyze all the requests. So it would have been faster to manually hit refresh, but who could have known? Anyways, hope this video was of help, and if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments.